All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
And welcome everybody to tonight's episode of Real Talk. We are going to have a lot of real talk. The old will try to educate the young, but wisdom ultimately comes to the surface. For a long time, this old media has been out here just making things rough on the young kids. Can't give them a break. Got the minister coming out to defend the young because the old media has lost touch. And ladies and gentlemen, I am concerned that today we are going to witness a destruction. So, Coach, how you feeling today?
Yeah, just the mind self-destruction is the, remember that old jam? You're headed for self-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm feeling because this is gonna be easy.
Love to hear it. Dev, what's going on, bro?
What's happening, my man? What's happening, fellas? I'm letting y'all know here now. I am just here to get my Don King. I am here to be Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to promote this showdown. The young versus the old. It is going down. Hey, I hope to all our viewers out here,
y'all ready.
Please be ready. I need Team Steph. I need Team Magic on one side, Team Steph on the other side, because this is going to be haymakers. I'm telling you, I'm just a promoter. I seen both fighters spar, and boy, I'm trying to tell you, in that group chat, they was holding no punches.
We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. So quickly, just to get things done, it is Thursday night. Y'all know how that goes. So we have this miserable game on. Amazon started really well with these Thursday night games, and it's been rough ever since. Speaking of Amazon, I can't imagine there's been any coverage today on the movie they have on their site and their responsibility, but we'll get to that later. But first we got to get to it. A seemingly obvious conversation turned left as Kenny and I disagreed on the greatest point guard of all time. I've said it before and I'll say it again. His name is Wardell Stephen Curry, the greatest point guard of all time. We're going to get into what a point guard is, and we're going to break down who's the better version of it. So before I get into that, Kenny, do you have anything you want to say before we start this discussion?
Oh, just apologize in advance for how silly you're going to look.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we even start the bell, Kenny already threw the first punch.
Already.
So judges, everybody it would just calm down. Everybody get back into the corners.
And just real quick, I'm just checking. It shows that I'm live on my Facebook. So for those of you out there, if you can like and share the post, it shows that I went live. So I think it should show for everybody else.
Man, we on YouTube too. Don't just stop on Facebook,
right.
baby. We
YouTube.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Roku TV.
Somebody had asked me about it. So, but let's get to it. So, point guard. I just want to make sure that we can get a clear foundation of what a point guard is. So there's no kind of confusion. There's no miscommunication. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Strictly about point guard.
Strictly about point guard. So what I found, and I hope we can agree, It says point guards are expected to run the team's offense by controlling the ball and making sure that it gets to the right player at the right time. Above all, the point guard must understand and accept their coach's game plan. They must also be able to adapt to what the defense is allowing and must control the pace of the game. Their primary job is to facilitate scoring opportunities for their team or sometimes for themselves. This typically involves setting up plays on the court, getting the ball to the teammate in the best position to score, and controlling the tempo of the game. I went long, but is that a fair understanding of what the point guard is supposed to do?
Absolutely.
You sound like Webster got it right on point.
All right.
Absolutely. Nailed it.
So let's get into it. Both players, ironically, are in Magic did 13 seasons, even that last year that was not his best. And Steph is in his 13th season. So ironically enough, we have a nice parallel. Granted, Steph is going to continue playing probably another 3 to 4 years at least. But for where we are today, we can have this discussion. And the fact that he still has 3 or 4 more years based on this discussion we're about to have, I don't even know why we're about to have this discussion. But let's get into it. So,
What do you mean by that?
Magic is the best point guard. Please, Kenny, tell us why he's a better point guard than Steph Curry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first round.
For all of the reasons that you highlighted in that definition, that is Magic all day long. Magic facilitates the offense. Magic controls the tempo. Magic gets the ball to the people who need to score. Those are all of the things that Magic Johnson does and did better than anybody in the history of the game. So to me, this is a non-discussion. Like, if we're talking about Steph as the best combo guard, then I'll give you that. He probably has that. But in terms of point guard, this ain't even close.
Okay. So you said that Steph or that Magic does all these things. I argue that Steph does them as well. The takeaway from the definition is gets the ball to where it needs to go to get the ball into the basket. Steph does that better than Magic, whether it's him scoring.
He don't even have it in his hands.
So how does he lead the league in scoring? If you don't have the ball in your hands, how do you lead the league?
No, I'm saying for his teammates.
How
he does that for himself.
The point of a point
Let me ask
guard.
you one question. Has Steph ever averaged 9 assists a game in a season?
No.
Okay, I'll rest my case.
Has Magic ever averaged 30 points per game in a season?
Yeah,
Because
20.
the goal is to score. So regardless of who scores, if the point
But
guard
we're talking
gets
about
the ball,
point guard though.
the
That's
point
the
guard
difference.
is getting the ball
That's
to the person that scores.
He's not. Draymond, I would argue that Draymond is more the point guard for that team than Steph Curry.
So are
And
we?
so would a lot of other
So
people.
are we calling Steph a point guard or not?
Say what?
Is Steph a point guard or not?
No, he's a combo guard to me. He's not a point guard to me.
By the definition, you do realize Steph was playing before Draymond. You do realize Draymond misses games.
And even before that, his highest average was 8.5 assists a game.
Because he's scoring. The point is to score
So
the
what?
ball.
So did Isaiah Thomas. He still averaged double figures assists.
Isaiah Thomas wasn't in the same stratosphere of a score as far as shooting when it comes to Steph Curry.
Did Isaiah Thomas scored 30 and a quarter on one leg against the 25?
Yes, he did. He did it one time. And how many career three-pointers does he have? How many scoring titles does he have?
Was he the MVP of the finals? Did he average 20? Did he average at least 20 plus a game for his career?
Steph did all those things.
But you're talking about
all
all
those better.
That doesn't make any sense.
As a shooter?
No, we're talking about as a point guard. So you keep changing it.
I said as a shooter. Everything you just said that Isaiah Thomas did, Steph did, but better.
I will grant you that he did one thing better. He's shooting. He's not a better passer. He's not a better playmaker. He's not
a better playmaker. When
No,
you got to change your whole.
No.
Steph Curry changes your entire defensive strategy.
Magic did that before he was even born.
They don't. So what? He was born first. That don't mean the difference.
So he was a game changer. But he was Steph
impact
before.
Is far more significant
before Steph.
Steph's.
There's never been another Magic Johnson.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
There will be somebody.
LeBron James is a better Magic Johnson. What are you talking about?
No, he's not. He's not a point guard.
He operates the offense in the same way. He dominates the ball. If you look at his usage rate, they're like the same.
Himself, he's not a point guard.
They are the same type of player.
In spurts. He doesn't play it for the entire game because
it
takes too much energy.
That's
why Steph doesn't do it.
When he scored 25 straight in Detroit, guess whose hand the ball was in?
Steph wouldn't be the best version of himself if he had to facilitate the offense on a full-time basis.
So he's smart enough to adjust, which is what the definition said, that says, hey, I could keep passing to Draymond at the three-point line who can't shoot, or I could shoot it. Which makes more sense?
But the point of the matter is the point guard is his job is to make his teammates better. I would argue
he won 4 championships. He's beat LeBron 3 times. That made him better.
That's not
Draymond Green is not Draymond Green on any other team only because of Steph Curry.
Point guards get their teammates layups. Point guards get their teammates open looks. These guys get their open looks off of the space that Steph creates, not because of his passing or dribbling or playmaking ability.
He just stands there and creates space, is what you just said. That's how great he is. He don't got to pass. He don't got to do nothing, and he still creates space. Thank you for making that point.
Right, exactly. And so that's the point, is that Magic did it with his
that was a fucking lie.
And with his visions. So what are you talking about?
You're arguing how they did it. The point is they both got
that's what makes him better.
No, it does. He just stands there and creates space. Just him walking on the court. God forbid he starts dribbling Chris Paul.
So you think that the ball in Magic's hands doesn't do the same thing, strike the same amount of fear and defense?
Not at all, because you don't got to guard Magic from 35 feet.
He's a 6'9" guy he's a 6'9" guy
that can't shoot. He can't create his own shot off the dribble.
You didn't even watch. You didn't watch. What is Magic's field goal percentage for his career? What is Magic's field goal percentage for his career?
I don't have that.
Exactly. So how you gonna say he can't shoot?
Look at his 3-point percentage. Please look at his 3-point percentage.
That's more than look at his field goal percentage.
Look at his free throw percentage too. Let's pull it up.
Please.
Let's look at Magic shooting.
Oh, my bad. I thought y'all said shooting, so I had to shoot my shots real quick. My bad.
46%, 47, 48, 50, 49, 52, 52, 56, 56, 55. Man, stop.
So, are those shooting or those layups and hook shots?
Here we go. Now we're qualifying.
We are. Because now look at his 3-point. So now look at it. So Shaq has a good field goal percentage. Can Shaq shoot?
You said he couldn't shoot.
Can Shaq shoot? You just using field goal percentage. You're using one metric.
Said he couldn't shoot.
I just said that. Yes, I'm standing on that.
Did Magic just shoot layups? Did Magic shoot jump shots?
What percentage?
Any jump shots?
He averaged.
He was 38% from three.
He averaged 19.5 points for his career. How many of those you think were made off jump shots?
So I would say at least 45%.
So less than half his shots came off jump shots.
So now he's a greater. So Steph's a greater point guard because he's a shooter.
Because he can do more. What do you mean?
How?
With less.
How?
With less.
How?
With way
Magic
less.
Almost averaged a triple-double for his career. How could he do more? Stop, man. Every time you say stuff, you dig a deeper hole for yourself.
There's a unanimous MVP. Is it Magic?
Don't change it up. Magic is a multiple-time MVP. What are you talking about? There's nothing that you can say.
Unanimous?
Was
he ever unanimous?
There is MVP is the MVP. Don't try to make it
it ain't. No, it ain't, because we still killing Steve
Kerr
Don't tell me MVPs are MVPs if we're killing Steve Kerr, but not for his MVP.
It's the same award. Stop.
So since you did, let's progress. I'm trying to.
You over. Try again.
He can't shoot. He can't shoot. You just proved it.
I gave you the percentages, and he shot 38% his last year in the league. So next,
his last year in the league, he shot 38.
No, I'm looking right at it.
So his
46%,
career,
46%, 46.6 field goal, 37.93. Next.
And he shot less than 1 a game.
What's your? Oh, now you qualifying the numbers. Now
he shot, I'm sorry, he shot
now
less
we're
than 2 a
qualifying the
game.
numbers.
He shot 38%.
Now we're qualifying the numbers.
He shot less than 2 a game, and he shot 38%. What do you think Steph shot?
And what was the game? How many threes were they shooting in that time? Since we're doing that, the three was not a prevalent part of the game back then.
It's a factor of shooting. So let's continue. Let's continue. As a career, 85.6% free throw shooter. You know who's the greatest free throw shooter of all time? Because there's more than one way to shoot the ball in basketball. Right. It ain't just layups and hook shots.
What was Magic?
Is that like a personal attack or something?
I just gave it 85 and a half.
Magic was 85%?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
That's not true. I'm sorry. That was the last year. It was 84.8%. I didn't as a free throw.
But he couldn't shoot. Dad.
Compared to Steph?
He couldn't shoot, Dad, but he's 85% from the line.
Compared to Steph?
Oh,
do you want to
modern problems
that's the comparison.
Modern solutions.
That's the comparison. Remember who we're comparing him to.
Another one.
Remember who we're comparing him to. You're talking 85%. Like it's somebody's the greatest free throw shooter of all time. He can't get in the same gym as Steph as a shooter.
That 85% is higher. That is high level free throw shooting. I don't care what you say. No one will disagree with on that.
So if we look at let's think about great. So let's think about this. The great free throw. So the great shooters. Which one do you think shot worse than Magic of the great shooters we got?
We just talking about Magic and Steph. We ain't talking about nobody else.
You don't want to have that conversation because when I just tried to have it, it's night and day. You're trying to sell me on 85 when I'm talking about the greatest free throw shooter of all time. And I'm supposed to get an applause for that? We're supposed to applaud that?
85% is elite shooting from the foul
Not when
line.
you're shooting with Steph. That gets you
elite. It's elite.
No, it isn't. There's levels to elite.
They're both elite.
Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were great shooters. They're not in Steph's league as shooters. There's a level to elite.
They're right behind him. What are you talking about? You're going too far. That's making you sound crazy.
There are levels. Steph's on a different level.
Right
they
now.
will tell you that Steph's on a different level. The way in which Steph shoots threes off the dribble, Ray Allen or Reggie Miller could never dream of doing that. And God knows Magic Johnson can't.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Shoot a step back three.
So and Stephen Curry couldn't dream of making the passes that Magic Johnson made.
And
he wouldn't even be able to see him because he's too small.
Okay. Thank you. You got me where I wanted you to go. So, does Magic pass better than Steph shoots?
Yes.
You are out of your mind.
Do you watch the clips?
Yes, I do.
Do you see the no-look passes? Do you see?
Have you seen Steph shooting and turning around before the ball goes in?
Did you see?
Are you kidding me?
The layups? Did you see the layups and the dunks?
A guy, Magic Johnson isn't even the all-time leader in assists.
Hold on, because his career got cut short.
No, don't do that because they've played the same amount of seasons. And Steph has broken the record for shooting out of the water.
Wait. No, we're talking about assists. Right?
Okay,
he's Steph all-time in assists. Is he top 50? Is he top 25?
I don't know.
I'll help you out. No, he's not. Derek Harper is ahead of him in assists.
How many MVPs Derek Harper got?
Derek Harper, let that sink in. Derek Harper has more assists than Stephen Curry's career.
And what does that mean?
And you're going to sit here and tell me this is the greatest point guard of all time. I think he's top 50 all time in assists. Look it up.
You keep going to assists.
Because
the point
we're
is
talking
to
about
get the
point
ball
guard.
in the basket.
We're talking about
Steph
point guard.
gets
Read the
the ball
definition again.
in the basket.
Read the definition again. The first part of the definition only.
So you're not going to take the whole definition.
No.
Take
Just
it out
read
of
the
context.
first part of the definition only.
Okay, so point guards are expected to run the team's offense.
Thank you. Stop right there. Stop right there. Who runs this Golden State offense?
Take Steph out of that offense. Take Steph out of that.
Answer my question.
Take Steph out of that offense. Take Steph out of that offense and tell me how it runs.
Who runs? You're not answering my question. You are not answering. You're not answering my question.
The answer is Steph.
No.
The answer is Steph. Because if you take Steph off the court, that offense don't look the same.
No. You changing and you changing.
Take Draymond off the court. That offense still runs.
You're not answering my question because you know.
I just said Steph.
He doesn't. Draymond facilitates and initiates the offense.
Take Draymond off the court.
That's not the point.
The
ball runs. The offense runs through Draymond. Draymond makes the decisions.
No, it doesn't.
He gets the ball. If Draymond doesn't pass Steph the ball coming off that screen, he can't even get the shot.
Hold on, let me pull something just really quick.
It just got quiet there.
It didn't get quiet.
Trying to find something else.
You're not listening.
Trying to find something else because you over.
I'm not over. You don't listen. It don't. You're talking crazy. I said take Steph out the offense. You said who runs the offense?
Not analytics, not numbers.
I said take Steph out the offense. That ain't analytics. Take Steph off the offense.
If Steph's not the reason going to run,
if Steph is not the offense, then when you take him out, it shouldn't impact the offense, right?
The offense is still going to run. Thank you, Broderick. Thank you. Put that up on the screen.
And as we've shown,
thank you.
Steph everywhere is listed as a point guard. So y'all can rewrite history.
He's a combo guard. He's not a point
historically, as his position, he's a point guard. So y'all can hate that he's
his position.
So great.
And we're playing positionless basketball, so it's even more so where he's not a point guard.
Oh, look. So now we're just copping out. So now Steph's not a point guard.
He's not. He probably would tell you that himself. He's really not in the traditional sense a point guard.
I didn't say it was a traditional point guard. I say he's a point guard. So there's only one type of point guard.
He's not the greatest. He's just a.
He better than Magic. You ain't showed me how he better than Magic yet.
Everything I've said he's better.
He's a better shooter in every capacity. He has a unanimous MVP. He led the league in steals one year. Magic's never done that.
They both won MVP. So you could throw that out.
One was unanimous. One wasn't.
No. They both won MVP.
You don't have to agree with it, but to the people listening, that matters.
That's nonsense.
One person achieved something that no one else has ever done in the history of basketball.
Anybody in the comments, is anyone taking away Magic's MVP?
No one said take it away. But if there's one person that's done one thing and no one else has ever done it, you just say, okay.
I will change it. Does anyone think that Magic's MVP is any less than Steph's because it wasn't unanimous?
Ask.
Feel free to comment.
And if foolish people want to tell me that,
it is
foolish. Somebody accomplished something that
disagrees with you.
Somebody has accomplished something that no one else has ever done, and we're gonna say, "Oh, it's not that significant." What?
No, we're saying that it doesn't negate or take away from what anyone else has accomplished. You're trying to make it like this whole huge pinnacle.
Yes, because if you sweep someone versus winning in 6 games, it's different.
So it's the same pinnacle.
You won the series. You won the series, but when you sweep somebody, it's different.
So when they won 73 games and lost in the finals, and he choked in Game 7, that was significant too.
Yes, it was significant.
Okay.
The greatest regular season winner ever. Aaron Rodgers made a career of it. Magic couldn't do it. If it was so easy, why Magic ain't do it with 8 Hall of Famers on his team?
How many championships did he win?
5.
Okay.
How many did he win without Kareem?
How many finals did he go to?
How many did he win without Kareem?
He won Game 7 without Kareem.
How many finals? Don't give me one game. How many finals championships did he win without Kareem?
As a rookie, he came in the league.
How many did he win without Kareem?
How many Finals MVPs does Magic have? How many Finals MVPs does Steph have?
Can you answer my question?
He didn't win any without Kareem.
Thank you.
And how many does Steph win without Draymond and Clay?
So you're comparing Draymond and Clay to Kareem.
How many?
You're comparing Draymond and Clay
are they going to be Hall of Famers?
Kareem.
Are they going to be Hall of Famers?
Thanks to Steph, they wouldn't be without him. I bet that.
Oh my gosh!
You really believe Draymond Green, outside of Golden State with Steph, is a Hall of Famer? You know better than that, Kenny.
Look, here's what I will say. As a defender, as a point forward, he's a really good player. I will grant you that his case is made better as a result of playing with Steph. But you can't win without talent. Like, you're making it sound like Steph would have won without talent. When he didn't have talent, he sucked.
I haven't said that yet. I didn't say anything close to that.
Because you said 4 Hall of Famers. Magic won with 4 Hall of Famers.
He did. And actually, I have a list. I got a list I'm going to run through real quick for y'all. Just so y'all can see what Magic, how
and
difficult.
He elevated all of them. How many guys did Steph elevate?
You just said one. You just said Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer because of Steph. So there's one for sure.
Got one.
Kevin Durant, what Kevin Durant did outside of Steph Curry?
What?
Answer the question.
League MVP?
And that ain't no ring. How much jewelry he got?
NBA Finals?
Okay. So if Kevin Durant doesn't go to Golden State,
Steph wasn't even the best player on that team when KD was there. Who won the Finals MVP? Who won the Finals MVPs the 2 years they won when KD was there?
And the question is elevating teammates, right? That's the question. Elevating teammates. Kevin Durant went to the finals with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Did they win?
He went with Steph and won MVP. And he won Finals MVP.
Did he win?
With Steph, the quote-unquote GOAT point guard.
So what you're saying to me is, because did Magic win Finals MVP every Finals? Because he didn't.
He won multiple, though. One more to Steph.
Steph got robbed.
More Finals MVP
it's 3-1. And we all know it should be 3-2, but it's 3-1.
Oh,
that don't change the fact.
Coulda, shoulda.
Kenny, we all know Steph should have 2 MVPs. Like, let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation about what's happening. So again, Magic.
Out of those 5, okay, so out of those 5 finals, how many times was he the best player on? 1?
Who?
Steph. So he has 5 rings, right?
He has 4.
Oh, he has 4. So Magic has more rings than him too?
I'm about to explain to you why.
Oh, here we go. Explain. Go ahead, please. I'd love to hear this.
So in Magic's rookie season, he played with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the greatest scorer ever. Michael Cooper, Hall of Famer. Norm Nixon.
Michael Cooper.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's the same as
don't disrespect the Hall. Is a Hall of Famer or not?
Michael Cooper is a Hall of Famer. Did you check that?
I'm pretty confident. If I'm wrong, somebody check me.
Yeah. Michael Cooper is not a Hall of Famer.
Look it up. I thought I did. I know Norm Nixon ain't, but I'm pretty sure he is.
No,
he's a 5-time.
No, he's not. So
not.
Go ahead. Move on.
So Spencer Haywood. Pretty sure he's a Hall of Famer. Let me confirm.
Spencer Haywood was there for a cup of coffee.
Did he play with a Hall of Famer or not?
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
By cup of coffee.
Keep trying to make your argument.
That was a championship season, right?
Well, he wasn't even on the team at the time.
What do you mean he wasn't on the team?
They got rid of him because he fell off the wagon. So you got to watch Winning Time.
No, I did watch Winning Time.
He wasn't
was he on the team?
He wasn't for the playoffs. He fell off the wagon. He wasn't even there.
So that's what he's doing.
But go ahead.
And Jamal Wilkes, Hall of Famer. That's the rookie year.
Absolutely.
Second
where
season.
He was wait, hold on. The rookie year where he was the Finals MVP and played center in Game 6 and won on the road to win a championship? That one?
Yep, same one.
Continue.
Same one. It's a whole lot easier to do that when they can't W because you got Hall of Famers and players everywhere.
Here we go.
Right?
Like Steph was getting doubled like that when he had Clay on the same court. Stop.
Are you kidding me?
Stop.
So they're not doubling. So you're going on the record here as a watcher of basketball saying
don't make it seem like Clay.
They weren't doubling Steph.
No, you're making it seem like the game was so easy for Magic.
You're playing with the greatest scorer of all time. Yes.
Hold on. And
I can get a bunch of assists throwing the ball to that guy.
The Splash Brothers, the quote-unquote best shooting backcourt of all time. You don't think that they made the game easier for each other?
100%. But Steph carried way more of that weight. Steph carried way more of the weight. Next season, Kareem again, Michael Cooper again, Norm Nixon again, and Jamal Wilkes again. First round exit. Third season, Kareem, Cooper, Norm. Now we add Bob McAdoo, Hall of Famer, and Jamal Wilkes. Win a ring. Kareem next year, Cooper, McAdoo, Worthy, and Wilkes. They got swept in the finals. Next year, Kareem, Cooper, McAdoo, Worthy, Byron Scott, and Wilkes lost in the finals. Next year, Kareem, Cooper, McAdoo, Worthy, Byron Scott, Rambis, and Wilkes won the finals.
Rambis.
Kareem, Cooper, Worthy, Byron Scott, Rambis, AC Green, Mo Lucas. Another Hall of Famers every Hall of Famers every year.
You are calling out
he played with 2 to 3 Hall of Famers every year. You know how many players on the court at one time? 5. And if I'm playing with 3 and I'm 1, we got 4 Hall of Famers. What kind of stats do you think they're going to put up in that kind of offense?
So now you're telling me that
Imagine LeBron James is about to become the greatest scorer of all time.
Did you watch the fast break for the Lakers?
Imagine Steph and LeBron playing together their whole career.
Did you watch the fast break led by Magic Johnson? Did you see how many layups and dunks those guys got off of his passes? Stop, man. Just stop.
That's his job. I don't understand.
Right. As a point guard, you're right. You sure are right. That's his job.
Steph
and he did it the best of anybody of all time.
Have you watched Golden State play? So much. They get layups all the time.
Off of the actions, not off of Steph's passes.
So take Steph out the offense, and you know what it looks like? It looks like you draft James Wiseman with Draymond. That same Draymond that facilitates that offense. That same Draymond that you keep telling me about facilitating that offense.
Your question.
Take Steph out, and you get James Wiseman.
Didn't Steph play the majority of that season that they tanked?
No, he played 5 games.
Okay.
The next year, they almost made the play-in when everybody was still hurt.
No, they almost made the play-in. They lost to John Moran at home. But this is the goal.
God forbid you lose to John Morant at home.
This is the goal. This is the goal.
The same LeBron. So we're talking about so let me be clear.
This is the goal, the MVP, the unanimous MVP, and you're losing at home in the playoffs. It ain't the first time either. Kevin Love.
So by that standard,
I go with Kevin Love out at the 3-point line. You can't even.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. So I'm so glad to hear you say that because there's this other guy that people think are really good. And he had Russell Westbrook, a Hall of Famer, to be, and Anthony Davis, a potential Hall of Famer. And they also missed the play-in. So are we knocking him way down too? Since missing the play-in as a GOAT is unacceptable, we keeping that consistent across the board?
Yeah, sure. If you want to keep changing your argument.
It's not changing the argument. I just want to make sure I understand.
That got nothing to do with this discussion.
I want to make it has everything to do with this discussion. What are you talking about?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Thank you. That's what I said, Broderick.
We've already addressed that. Without Steph, Draymond's not a Hall of Famer.
That's killing your argument.
It doesn't kill my argument because without Magic,
he's playing with the same
Kareem's a Hall of Fame. Kareem's a bona fide Hall of Famer.
They're both playing with Hall of Fame. No bona fide nothing. They're both playing with Hall of Famers, so throw that out.
Only because of him.
No.
They're not Hall of Famers without him. Kareem's a Hall of Famer without Magic.
Would be a Hall of Famer.
Who?
Clay would be a Hall of Famer.
No, he would not. Clay would not be a Hall of Famer. If Steph's not on that team, you crazy.
Let's move on to the next.
Why nobody think about Clay Thompson?
You lost.
You've yet to prove Steph does everything better.
In the comments, and on the post earlier today, everybody picked Magic.
Because
on.
they're wrong. They're not looking at actual stats.
Yeah, everybody's wrong except for you.
It's all emotion and opinion.
Everybody is wrong.
It's all emotion. When you actually look at numbers, when you actually look at the game.
That's how it works, Steph. Everybody's wrong except for Ray.
Yeah, that which is usual, which is why my record is what it is this year, and y'all's is what it is when we picks. Right. Because I go off on my own and I be right as usual.
Right.
So y'all can hang on to this dying breed of Magic Johnson and what he was. If Magic Johnson was in the NBA today, oh my God, they would be running circles around him.
Let's move on, because see, I'm about to log off, because the disrespect you talk about right now.
Trying to guard
this wide open fast break offense. This wide open fast break, you can't
and take off. Okay, and give them regular people. Don't give them Hall of Famers. Give them some regular
people great, because he gives them layups and dunks.
Okay, so then he should have been able to
do is run the ball.
Look, I wish. It is really sad.
Magic is run the floor and have your hands ready.
So when Magic played Jordan, did he beat him in the finals?
No,
because Steph beat LeBron 3 times.
No, he did not.
Why not? I thought he was so great.
Yeah, on the tail end of his career.
On the tail end of his career. Because Steph, in year 12, Steph just won a chip.
So let me ask
Magic
you
lost in year 12.
In Steph's prime, when he won 73 games, did he win the chip?
No, but he won 7. What does that have to do with anything?
You just said the same thing. You just said the same thing. Dev, am I bugging? Did he just not say the same thing?
How did I say the same thing?
You just killed Magic for not beating the GOAT. And then
in the finals. You talking regular season, I'm talking finals.
I said
it's not the same thing.
What do you mean? I said they won 73 games and lost in the chip.
Right,
they lost to Cleveland.
My comparison was Steph beating the best player of his era 3 times, and you're talking about 73-9. Like, what? When Magic played Jordan, he got beat. Even with all them Hall of Famers.
Did he beat Larry Bird?
Did he lose to Larry Bird? Great? How many times did he lose to Larry Bird?
He won more than he lost.
How many times did he win?
Did he win? He won more than he lost versus Larry Bird. 2-1.
And Steph's
5 championships.
With a bunch of Hall of Famers. Imagine if you put Kobe with 4 other Hall of Famers his whole career. Imagine if you put LeBron with 4 other Hall of Famers his career. Imagine Steph with KD in that lineup his whole career. What do you think those numbers would be? We're not even comparing apples and oranges. We're comparing apples and oranges. You got somebody that's had help his entire career. He's had help his entire career. He has never been the only guy that carried his team to a championship. Ever. He's always had career.
When did Steph ever carry a team to a championship?
Did you watch last year? Did you just watch this past season?
I would argue he had contributions from Jordan Poole. I would argue
in the playoffs. Did you watch? They benched Jordan Poole in the playoffs.
I would argue he had contributions from even the young guys. Even Shucks, Kuminga had moments. Like
the only person
man.
This is the
first time. This is the first. I will grant you this. This is the first time that Steph has been a no question, no doubt about it, Finals MVP. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Greatest
in no way, shape, or form.
Regular season record made 3-pointers.
In no way, shape, or form will he ever be the GOAT in terms of point guard.
I mean, if you're just biased and stuck in your ways, then that's fine.
No,
but just say that. But you can't look at there's no statistical metric of winning or anything else when you look at what he has had to accomplish.
It favors Magic. He has had to about winning.
When they gave Steph Kevin Durant, people said it was unfair. It was unfair that Steph finally had that level of player. Magic had it his whole career. He had it for 2 years, and the league was pissed. Imagine if they had that for 13 years. It's crazy talk. It's not even close. It's not even close.
By you. You the only
Not even
person that
close.
got Steph. Everybody else has Magic. Let's move on.
Hey, y'all can hold on to that sinking ship. Knock yourselves out. All right. I have not.
The logical one.
Again, you can't refute a single point that I made.
I have all of them.
None.
All of them. You offer. Every time
What
you
point
talk
did you
about stuff,
refute?
it gets refuted.
He's a way better shooter. He's a way better scorer. He wins with much less.
No.
He didn't have Pat Riley coaching him. Steve Kerr's
Oh,
good.
now here it is. Here it is. Now Steve Kerr.
You got Jerry West making all the decisions for you. Like, did Magic ever have adversity?
Warriors is the model franchise.
Like, at what point did Magic ever really have adversity? Like, when? He had to beat out Norm Nixon.
You mean when Kareem sprained his ankle and couldn't play in Game 6 and they had to go on
One
the road
game
to Philly?
Thank God he stepped up for one game. That was his adversity. He had to play one game.
In 42 and 16 and won the Finals MVP after coming from college and winning a college chip.
And that's another thing. It's a lot easier to win the Finals MVP when
God.
the best player gets hurt.
I don't want to talk about this no more.
Makes it a whole lot easier. We ain't got no more competition.
I'm going to give you the last word because you're the Lakers fan.
Oof.
Dev, no, there ain't no facts come out of you, Kenny. Ain't no stats, ain't no reason. It's just emotion. Did you see it? Did you watch the clips? Yeah, watch the clips. Did you look at the numbers?
I'll let Dev, like I said, I'll let Dev have the last word. Sway his opinion with some last minute argument. Go ahead, Dev.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had seen both fighters come out the cage, just scratching and clawing and throwing up the the Muhammad Ali shuffle and the rope of dopes and looping you all in. I just need y'all to do one thing. I need everybody to just go in the comments and tell me, who do y'all think won this argument? Do we got Team Steph or do we have Team Magic? Now, I'm going to just go ahead and do it like this. It was hard for me to even go in this battle also. And the only logic I can come up with is that they are two different guards. They is nowhere near on the same stratosphere as each other. You know what I mean? Magic in his own lane and Steph is in his own lane. Magic did it another way. You know what I mean? He was the point guard that was dominant. You know, hold on, bro. I got you, bro. I got you.
Let the man talk.
Got you, bro. I got you. You know, Magic did it his own way. He was the guy that brung it up court. He was the facilitator. He was the natural point guard of how NBA and basketball kind of started. Steph, on the other hand, the offense was different with Steph. The offense has changed with Steph. You know, he's not the dominant point guard that brings it up court. Can Steph do it? Yes, he can. But Steph is more of the guard that he's playing off the ball. He's the guy he's almost like your decoy a little bit. But he's just above and beyond that decoy because he's just so good at what he does. Magic couldn't shoot nowhere near like Steph. Steph probably can't have the same vision as Magic. You know what I mean? As far as the passes and creating the offense. Can Steph create offense? Yes. Because like I said, he's the biggest decoy that anybody that you will ever see. And he can also create off his own basket. That's the only thing that Magic Johnson really, in my opinion, didn't have over Steph, is that Magic couldn't create his own shot off his own game. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, like I said, they had two different guards. It was a good battle. It was a good debate. You know what I mean? That's almost saying, you know, MJ versus LeBron. You know what I mean? I think that way it will go a nice fight. Now, MJ resume will probably be a little bit better, only because of that 6 finals undefeated versus LeBron just going there multiple times and not coming up with it. But like I said, in my opinion, like I said, they two different guards, two different styles, two different eras. Both of them is the greatest of what they are. You know what I mean? Is you really can't put one above one another. You know what I mean? It's just very hard to have that battle. Now, if we can throw a Steph Curry maybe versus an AI, you know, same type of body style. You know, AI didn't really play point dominant too much. You know, he had Aaron McKee and I forgot the Eric Snow that actually was ran the point guard for him, and AI was just the creator. Then, you know, maybe that conversation, maybe we can battle on that one, debate on that one, AI versus Curry, far as who's the best all-time guard, period. You know, I think that'd be more of a debate, but Magic and stuff, man, like I said, I walked to that barbershop and I was just like, Steph versus Magic, and everybody was like, that's
Dev, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I just looked something up.
Got a last stat.
Do you know what
stat, Kenny?
Do you know what usage rate is?
Here go to analytics. They go to analytics.
For the NBA, do you know what usage rate? Kenny, do you know what usage rate means?
They go to analytics.
That's a question.
I'm telling you, here go to analytics to try to prove your point.
So I'll explain to you guys what usage rate is. Usage rate,
ladies and gentlemen,
is the amount of time that the ball is basically in someone's hands. The actual definition is it the usage rate is an estimate of the percentage of team plays. An estimate of percentage of team plays used by a player while he was
not
on
actuals, estimates. Keyword. Continue.
So what I did is I went and looked up usage rate, because you guys tell me that Steph don't have the ball in his hand a lot. You guys keep telling me Draymond. Keep telling me Draymond facilitates.
We said that he facilitates, yes, more than Steph does.
Even if Steph has the ball in his hands more. The facilitator of the offense has the ball in his hands less than the other guy. That's what you're telling me.
Does the shooting go factor into that usage rate?
I'm sure, because the ball would be in the hand of the
person. Then stop.
Possession ends field goal or free throw attempt or turnover.
Then stop. We're not using that. Because as much as Steph shoots, of course his usage rate is going to be high. Stop. Let's go.
Because the ball's in his hand, which is their offense.
Let's go. Move on.
Yeah, you want to move on.
Because that's stupid.
Let me just give the people the numbers. Because you act like Magic was dominating the ball. You act like Magic was making it get it done all the time.
About as a point guard, and you're talking about this. You just say he was the greatest scoring point guard.
Magic Johnson, multiple years, didn't even have a 21% usage rate. His rookie season, the MVP season. The MVP season.
Let's move on, man. Stop trying to get numbers to justify you being wrong. Let's go. Next topic.
Magic never had a. He had 1 year over 25 usage rate.
Stupid analytics. There's some of that stuff that makes no sense. Continue.
Steph, Magic has never been. It was over 25.
Move to the next topic.
Steph, can I finish?
You're wrong. Move to the next topic.
Can I make my point to people that actually want to listen and care about the game and care about education?
Everybody says it's Magic.
We want to talk every single stat because the stats all say Steph. So you want to say,
no, they don't.
No stats. We're not going to use no analytics. No stats. Did you watch the game?
The that say it the most, you don't want to count.
The ball is in the person's hand. You said he don't facilitate. The part of a point guard was getting the offense run.
Is the biggest
and if Steph is shooting, that means the ball shouldn't even be in his hand long, right?
Can I finish? Assist is the biggest indicator of a point guard.
No, it isn't.
Or no? No one said that. Let's move on. We're just going to disagree on that.
And that's the part that's frustrating because I sat there and read the whole definition of point guard, and not a single place did it say assists are the most important factor.
What in that?
The factor was put the ball in the basket.
Facilitating the offense.
The ball in the basket. If you throw the ball around all the time and nobody shoots it, it don't matter.
You're not listening.
The point guard gets the ball to whoever can score it. As someone who's played point guard all my life, I know a little bit about the job of a point guard. It's to help your team score.
Let me help you.
It's to help your team score. I don't need help. I don't need help. I know a point guard's job, like a quarterback, is to help the team score, right? Point guard, quarterback, similar positions, right? Comparable positions.
You clearly don't, because the point guard is the coach on the floor. Not only is he supposed to pass the ball, he's supposed to know everybody's job. He's supposed to know what everybody's supposed to do.
And Steph do.
Here we go. Now you're speaking for Steph. Can I finish?
Steph do.
Can I finish? Let me educate you about being a point guard, since you said you played the position.
All my life.
Too, in high school and in college. Not only that, I started watching film when I was 12 or 13 years old. I was with a point guard that was a Hall of Famer, a New York Hall of Famer, and one of the top point guards that ever played this game. And I watched him play every game, went to NBA practices, went to college practice, played college ball. So don't try to compare resumes, dude.
And the point of the point guard is still to put the ball in the basket, to find out who to put the ball in the basket, right? All that stuff you just said.
That's smart.
Is the point of the offense to put the ball in the basket or not?
The point of the offense is to put
yes or no? That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
And Steph does that better.
No, he doesn't.
His usage rate tells you he does it better. His points per game tells you he does it better. And he's doing it with way less talent. Way less talent. The same thing we give LeBron all the credit in the world.
Can we move on, man? You keep on repeating yourself. What he does with less. You're repeating yourself. Let's move on.
Because he's getting cooked. He's getting cooked.
No, you're saying the same things that's not hitting.
It's everything that's hitting. Every single point hits. And you have nothing to refute it other than the stuff you did when you grew up. None of that change the fact. The point is
you started that. You started that point guard.
The greatest offensive team we've ever seen was Golden State, led by Steph Curry. Because he puts the ball in the basket.
Don't try to do that. Don't get mad because our resumes don't compare. You brought it up. I didn't.
You've lived way longer. You should have a better resume. And I'm still educating you. That's the sad part. You got all that history you just said, and you still can't answer what's the point of the offense.
No, because you don't know.
Put the ball in the basket.
No, you keep on changing and adding these numbers and these fake numbers that help to justify your argument.
Fake numbers, points per game.
We're talking about if I shoot the ball 50 times a game, that's going to up my usage rate. That's
my man said,
and if you're not good at shooting, it'll kill your usage rate, and your team will suck. But obviously, they put the ball in his hands because he helps them win. They took the ball out of Magic's hands because he wasn't the only one helping them win.
When did they ever take the ball out of Magic's hands?
Obviously, his usage rate was 20%.
Move on. Stop, man, because you sound stupid right now.
You don't be watching.
They never took the ball out of Magic's hands.
That's the thing. You was watching clips
out of Magic's hands
because you know what? When you take the ball and you throw it to Kareem, guess what? It's not in your hands. If you take the ball and throw it to Kareem, it's not in your hands. If you throw it to him in the post and he shoots a hook shot, that's not some great offense. Magic didn't do nothing special. He fed the post and he shot a hook shot.
Yo, you sound crazy right now. Let's stop. Because you sound crazy right now.
You sound crazy.
You didn't do nothing special.
Ignore every form of logic that exists. Just
you're not even talking logical right now.
Point. Because your childhood memories
did nothing special, but I'm not talking logic.
He said your childhood memories.
Like, what are we talking about?
He said Magic did nothing special, but I'm the one talking illogical.
Throwing the ball to the post to Kareem for a hook shot is not special.
You mean those no-look passes and those layups?
Did I speak? I specifically spoke about a specific situation. John Stockton rolling the pick and roll was not sensational. It was successful. That's not phenomenal.
So Magic running the fast break wasn't sensational? Showtime?
And I guarantee you, and I would much rather watch Steph shoot than Magic run Showtime's offense.
Let's go. Let's move on.
If you want to watch that, I'd much rather watch the man shoot from 40, which is why the whole world is trying to shoot from 40. I might not even talk
basketball with this guy no more.
The whole world is trying to shoot from 40 because of Steph. Because that's what we want to see.
And the percentage suck. as a result.
Because they ain't him.
You got
because
people,
he can do something no one else can.
You just made the point that this shouldn't be the case. It's messing up the game. But
you're right, because only he can do it. That's how great he is. Thank you for saying that.
Your point is, if we're talking about shooting as a point guard, then you got it.
Of course, I've been had it.
If that was the greatest indicator of a point guard, then if you want to consider yourself be right for that, go right ahead. Be my guest. Nobody else that knows the game in any way, shape, or form will agree with you. But go ahead, continue.
Okay, so assists are most important. So John Stockton's a better point guard than Magic Johnson?
No, he's not a better point guard.
Then stop what you talking about.
He's better than Steph Curry.
Then stop what you talking about.
He's a better point guard than Steph Curry.
If assists are the measuring stick of a point guard, then John Stockton is better than Magic Johnson. You said it.
Stockton is still a better point guard than Steph Curry.
And you're delusional, but that's fine. You can be delusional.
Okay.
The guy with 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, and 4 rings is worse than the guy with nothing.
The definition of a point guard, John Stockton is a better point guard than Stephen Curry. I said.
And if that's the greatest, then the great point guards are losers then. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, Jokic averaged more assists right now than Steph Curry, but we gonna talk.
He's the point guard.
Yeah, he's 7 feet taller, better passer than Steph Curry. Man,
and one wins rings and MVPs, and the other has no rings, just
but
MVP.
He's averaging 9 assists. He's averaged 9 assists in his career. Stephen Curry never has. Never.
And you can't.
Never.
You can't. Why are assists so important? Does the ball get in the basket or not? You think there's only one way to get the ball in the basket?
No.
That's the only way you can get an assist if the ball go in the basket.
Off a pass.
And you can score yourself, and you get no assists.
But we're talking about point guards, though.
I'm talking about winning. That's the point of the point guard.
No, so you keep changing.
The point of the point guard.
I'm trying to move on, but this guy won't stop. I've been trying to move on.
Just that old guard, man. Y'all hard-headed. So ain't no point guards in the league. If Steph ain't a point guard, there's not a point guard in the league besides Chris Paul.
No, it's different now. This is the scoring point guard.
So now it's different. So are there point guards in the league today or not?
Yeah, there are point guards in the league, but I'm saying in terms of a pure point guard, that's really almost a dying breed.
No one said pure point guard. You keep adding that.
No, I'm saying you're talking. You said today. You said there's no point guards.
I'm asking.
In today's game, there's no
point guard today.
There's not the traditional set it up.
If Kyrie Irving is a point guard, Steph Curry's a point guard. What are you talking about?
I didn't say that.
Roger just said it.
I didn't say that.
If he said Stephen is not a point guard, but Kyrie is
a combo. Steph and Kyrie are the same type of guard. They're combos. So
then which one is it, Broderick? Your credibility just got shot down, my man. Down. Which is my point. Y'all be saying stuff that don't make no sense. Steph is a point guard.
He's a combo.
Lord have mercy. All right. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us. I be trying with these guys and they just, Broderick. Broderick, you're a good man. I guess these are Steph's assists. Y'all keep talking about assists. I just want the ball to go in the basket. I don't care how it get there.
Right. That's the problem.
And if I'm on the court and the ball goes in more than when I'm off the court, that's my impact. When I'm not on the court, if y'all in the lottery and losing, that shows how much valuable I am. And when y'all ain't there and I am,
can we move
still
on,
doing
man?
numbers?
You keep on saying the same stuff. You repeating yourself. Let's move on.
I'm just talking about what a point guard does. But we do have another point guard situation, ladies and gentlemen. Dev, welcome to the show. I look forward to hearing more.
I think y'all just need to go in your corners, drink some water.
No, it's a knockout. Fight's over. The fat lady has sung.
You're right.
The shot fighter, the older fighter. We just watched Muhammad Ali at the end of his career. He got beat up.
You're right.
He was great.
You okay?
He was great.
Are you okay?
I'm great. I shocked the world.
Yeah, you the one been screaming and hollering like you've been getting beat down. So let's make sure you're okay.
Roger, Chris Paul and Steph are not the same. Steph's a winner. Chris Paul's a loser. So no. one guy shows up in the clutch. One guy.
I know, Chris. Just loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. That's all. Just loud and wrong.
It's Chris Paul. If I was a Chris Paul fan and Steph dropped my player like that, I wouldn't like that either.
Just loud and wrong. You nailed it, Chris Robinson.
Steph is this generation's Michael Jordan for a lot of people. It's sad. Kept them from rings. It's unfortunate. But Kyrie. Again,
you're on that yak, Suggs. That's why he talking so crazy. You're on that yak.
It's Kool-Aid, baby. Watermelon flavored. Daughter made it. It's A1. So Kyrie got suspended. People said a bunch of dumb stuff. We talked about it. I won't go back through that. LeBron came out, in my opinion, said something dumb. Now. Today we had the great Minister Farrakhan release about a 55-minute video. I don't know if you all have watched. I do highly.
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, I finished watching it.
I whoever you are, it's worth a watch. It's worth a listen. Hopefully with an open mind. I know for the older generation that's a little difficult, but
he's always going to defend. He had no qualms. I mean, he's always going to defend our people.
Absolutely. So John, we can get into it. We got to it on the last episode. I don't know if I'm gonna go as hard this time as then, but I still have a lot to say.
You got to be out of gas from all that yelling.
Nah, young legs, young lungs, healthy, baby. I agree, John. I think we're seeing that it's overkill. It's been overkill. I've been saying it's overkill, and now that it's convenient and popular, now everybody's jumping on.
You said it right there, boy.
The same thing we saw
That's
with
what
Colin
they do,
Kaepernick.
Roger. This younger generation is disrespectful.
We just spit facts, just facts, no malice. And now everybody wants to pop their head up and speak on Kyrie now. And I'm not putting Minister in that because he's spoken out about Ye before all of this. He's been in contact with Ye before all of this. Today's publication is getting a lot of coverage, but he's been speaking up. To the LeBrons and the others that found your dignity and your pride and your respect, we good. Like, we're good now. Adam Silver met with Kyrie. He said that the meeting was very productive and he's very confident, or I forget the exact word was, but he's very confident that Kyrie is not anti-Semitic now. Nike Phil Knight said they will likely not renew their partnership with him. It's currently under suspension. And that's kind of the gist of where we are. As far as any updates. Yeah, I'm sorry. Adam Silver said, no doubt Kyrie Irving is not anti-Semitic.
You knew that before he came into office.
We all knew that. We all knew that. And that's the part that's annoying and frustrating for me. And this is where I went last time, is when you get on this platform, whether it's big or small, the same way y'all hold him responsible for his platform, y'all need to be held responsible for y'all platforms. And name calling and degrading people ain't cool. Shaqtin' a fool is all fun and games, but that's somebody's life.
That's rich coming from the guy that empties his clip every chance he gets.
I'm consistent, though. I'm consistent. And I typically try to keep it from being not personal. But we have a responsibility here. And on real issues that matter, like this, your colors show. And I think we've seen that. I'm pretty confident the Kyrie to LA deal is done. Like, I don't see that happening at any point, because that would be a mess. And I think we're just in a wait and see pattern that is really, really disturbing and disgusting to me, because Adam Silver keeping Kyrie's name in his mouth, but he ain't mentioned Jeff Bezos once. And
that prom money.
Then shut up. If you have no morals and no character and no real foundation for your thought process in this situation, and you're all off of hype and emotion, then you're not fit to lead. Because this emotional decision that's impacting not just one, but many by the example y'all are trying to set is disgusting. And it's reprehensible. And the lack in the blatant hypocrisy in how this is being covered and not covered for Amazon. Who is making a killing off of that movie? It's $12 to rent and $50 to buy. And the numbers are through the roof. So they continue to this very moment to make money off of this just disgusting video that Minister Farrakhan said is not such. A number of people that I've seen that have actually watched the movie, I've yet to hear someone come out outside of Rolling Stone with those similar takes. So as media and journalists, to use your platforms and the way in which you have used it is disgusting. And I hope, and I do have my doubts, I hope we as Black people are paying attention. And there's a whole bunch of people that keep saying, if y'all would just bind together, y'all wouldn't have a lot of these problems. And we can't get out our own way because we are so greedy for just that little morsel at the master's table that every time we hit a certain financial status, and we talked about it last time, I said it's the new billionaire. That new billionaire status is a different type of person. And the only person that tried to opt out, we've seen what's happened to him. But everybody else is like a robot in lockstep. And it's really sad to see, but it's good to see. Because I do believe maybe not tomorrow, but eventually great things are going to come out of this situation. There's going to be enough people that will see this now and study this in history to recognize we're not anywhere close to where we thought we were in this country. Election night just happened, and millions of people literally voted to keep slavery. Like, that's who we are as a
or
company.
or critical race theory, where they want to erase history.
And that is the other part of this. One of the biggest criticism I've heard about the movie was, and Touchdown Falcons looked like it's going to be a shot to the head to Drake London. One of the biggest criticism was they said that the Holocaust wasn't real, or it was a created something or another. Cool. I hear you. That is upsetting. You're erasing the terrible history that we have because if you don't look back, you can't know what's coming ahead, or whatever the dumb saying is, in my opinion. But at the same time, you are electing officials that are literally erasing slavery and the Black plight from our history books today. And people are voting in support of this. And those same people that kept their mouth shut about that stuff are very vocal now. It's disgusting. I'll say it for the last time, and I'll turn it over. John, I see your question. We'll get to that in a minute, but we got to run through this real quick. Dev, I said I was going to let you go, and I didn't. My apologies. The floor is yours, and I'm not talking.
The NBA, LeBron, and all of them is late. Kyrie was not wrong. We already stated this over and over again. Kyrie should not apologize. Kyrie shouldn't do none of the things the NBA or anybody's asked him to do. I just don't feel like you don't try to shame the guy. And now all of a sudden, now this can be as big as Colin Kaepernick situation. It's now like, oh, let me hurry up and jump on this bandwagon, LeBron. Because when you got first approach, when they approach you about this question first, you tried to duck and hide. You know what I mean? You didn't want to answer it. Oh, I can't want to do this and all this other stuff. Now that this is getting big, the attention is starting to rise up. Now he wants to come out his shell and be like, oh yeah, Kyrie is my little brother, and I don't think no. No. That goes for LeBron, that goes to Shaq, that goes to Chuck. And I'm a big fan of Shaq, and I was disappointed in Shaq. It goes to Chuck, all these guys, everybody who did not believe in Kyrie in the beginning, don't try to believe in him now. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't try to, oh, that's my brother, that's my little guy. And no, because like I said on my episode of my podcast, that where's the brotherhood that the NBA is allegedly supposed to have? Where's the Chris Paul? Where's all these guys, the OGs of the game? Where everybody at when your brother was down? You know what I mean? When people on the outside was kicking him. Nobody wanted to come in there except for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was like the first person I seen that came out and say, I don't think Kyrie is this way. You know what I mean? And then once Jaylen Brown started speaking his mind, it was just like, well, Jaylen Brown speaking his mind. Let's say everybody, no, keep that same energy.
Just for perspective, Jaylen Brown got heat for how he left down the sports. So, and then he watched how that situation went down, and he kind of came back, and he's been on a tear ever since. But just for clarity, he didn't start this way. He left down the sports when that whole Ye stuff first happened with the Jewish stuff, and now kind of come back. Just for clarity, but go ahead. He has definitely been NBA wise. He spoke before as the vice president before McCullough, the president, spoke, which is wrong.
Right. You know what I mean, and that's why I was saying he might have, I think the whole Dawn of Sports was his personal, situation. Now this is something, as far as his business or have you.
Were they business partners in that situation, or was he just signed to them?
I think he was just signed to them.
It was like a lifestyle kind of thing. So it was a partnership, but it was a collaborative. It was almost like not really Rock Nation Sports, but it was supposed to be like we're in this together, family, community, help change the world. You got your thing, I got mine. We do stuff together, kind of situation.
Yeah, that's what that's. I was just trying to get clarity on that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, man, where was all this attention at when Brett Favre was doing his thing? Why was that swept on the rug? Why that didn't get so much attention and all this other stuff? Like Ray said, man, it's a shame that our colors, our brothers, our own people can go ahead and hype this story up. Because what was crazy was because my homeboy had put this timeline in my head. He was like, it was funny how Brett Favre's story was out there at the same time as Udoka's situation. And you see how Udoka's situation was way bigger. This, like, we talking about cheating. This man cheated on his fiance or whatever Neil Long was, versus a man taking
Stealing
money from
millions of government money
from the poorest state that we have in this country. You know what I mean? Just to build a volleyball for a high school team. You stealing money just to do that for the kids that's only going to be there for 4 years. Now, I can see if you were stealing money, you built a recreation center for the kids to be there for life. But we talking about for kids to be there for 4 years, and if even that volleyball team is even that big. You know what I mean? They could just be a local volleyball team who don't really get that much.
That's a low major. That's a low D1 major. I mean, a low D1 school. It's not.
My point exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we hopped on a man for stepping out on his lady, though. You know what I mean? And then we try to make it about basketball and principles and all this other stuff, but yet we ain't worried about the principles of Brett Favre. But now we want to worry about the principles of Kyrie and his theory thinking and however he wants to live his life. Like, why are we worrying about people's personal stuff? You know what I mean? If we was talking about Kyrie said something or did something disrespectful to a Jewish person on the basketball court, you know what I mean? But we talking about a retweet. You know how many people had did something on MySpace when MySpace was popping, and hopefully it don't surface back up, man. So, man,
not a comment.
Get a man back his life.
Putting the information out there for people to consume. That's all he did.
That's all he did was trying to have you think outside the box, maybe. That's how I took it. He wants you to think outside the box instead of people just thinking, oh, this is a normal movie or whatever the situation was. Give Kyrie back his life. This man do not deserve none of this punishment. He shouldn't have to plead for his his freedom of speech or anything in that nature, man. He let the man live his life. Give him back. He ain't did nothing that discredit the game or discredit any humanity. Let the man be.
Kenny?
I'm not going to say much. The only thing I'm going to say about LeBron is LeBron's always going to protect LeBron. And that's what it is. He's going to protect his brand. He's going to protect his image at all costs. And if you get
we ain't say don't protect it, but don't call me your little brother if you can't protect me like a big brother. You know what I mean?
So all I'm going to say about that is the public LeBron and the private LeBron are two different things. And I'll just leave it at that. Or the public image of LeBron and behind closed doors LeBron is two different things. So then the other thing I'll say is just echo what you said. Salute to Jaylen Brown, because supposedly Kyrie tore up the Celtics. So why would Jaylen Brown now come to his defense? Again, these false narratives that get pushed by the media and people that are supposedly in the know. So, and my last statement is that, at the end of the day, when the fire hits when crap hits the fan, people going to protect their butts. People going to protect their self-interest. And our people are no different, the saying, cover your behind. That's what all these other guys are doing. And Jaylen Brown was one of the few that was willing to step out there and say that this is not right, that this is too much. At the end of the day, the NBA is trying to make an example out of Kyrie, and he's not going to stop being the principled man that he is. That's how he was raised. That's how he was taught. That's how he lives his life. That's how his family lives their lives. And so this is not going to change who he is as a person. And to Dev's point, I do believe that something positive is going to come out of this, and I think Kyrie is ultimately going to be vindicated, and we're going to have a whole lot of people backpedaling and pulling hamstrings, saying, changing their tune. And also, let me salute Jay Williams too. Let me salute him too, because
he turned around too and went off.
Yeah. But I want to salute him for saying that about in terms of these conditions for his reinstatement. I appreciate him saying that this is excessive.
But to me, that's a cop-out, because that is what I see a bunch of people jumping on. Yeah, he should have apologized. He was wrong. But these punishment is crazy. That to me is not good enough.
Why should he apologize? Why should he apologize? What is he apologizing for?
Well,
and that's why I get lost when people, because Jay Williams did that, and I think we're all in agreement. That list is nasty, super nasty. But to me, those people that are still using that as the thing and ignoring the other, I just find it hard to jump on board with those people. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm trying to play both sides. I'm gonna say he was wrong, but y'all doing too much. Like, that's corny to me.
Well, when I watched this video, he spoke with conviction and even said that if this cost me my job, then so be it.
Man, so Atlanta gonna lose this.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm mad that I even
you know what, Ray? I'm about to just go ahead and concede the title to you, because I can't figure these games out. Every time I think I have a feel for a team, they just go out here and spit the bit. But anyway, yeah. So I said all that to say is that Kyrie took a principled stance in terms of he's a guy of principle. Everything that he's done, there's one thing that you can't argue with, is that he sticks to his principles. He is who he is, and he's not going to compromise his beliefs or his moral system for anybody. So if you can't get with that, then that's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm over it. I'm just ready to see him get back on the court. I want to see him do what he does best, which is, be one of the most dynamic ball players that we've ever seen in this game. And to Nike, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. This is personal. This has nothing to do with business because he has one of the top selling shoes for your brand. So this has nothing to do with anything business wise. Because if this was about money, you would not be doing what you're doing. So this is clearly personal, and that's fine. If it was
principle, it would. But the other part to me that's really the nasty about the Nike part is Kobe got the Mamba stamp, and I would have thought you would have I would think you thought enough of Kobe that if he was to stamp somebody, that would be more validation. That you jump all the way out over this.
And Kobe had his issues, and y'all stood by him. And it was nowhere near. This is
I was saying those were real issues.
Right. He had criminal, he was going to court. Fighting for his freedom.
They had my favorite player shaved all his face, shaved all his hair off his face to apologize to his wife. You know what I mean? So no, it was serious. My man had the suited and booted suit on, put the butt naked face. I was like, dang, they didn't put my man Kobe to shame, man. Like, what happened? They was like, look, Kobe, we're gonna have the same way you embarrassed us, we're gonna have to embarrass you. Shave that off your face.
So, yeah, man, but you stood by him, and this is what you do, man. Don't even worry about it. We good.
Just a quick update, if everybody didn't see, the Wizards beat the Mavericks tonight. Just wanted to drop that PSA. The Wizards did,
Big 33 for Coops.
They beat them, and
currently Kuz look good in this system this year. He's starting to look like that LA form Kuz now, man. Because at first I was like, I hope my man Kuzma do not get lost down here in DC. But I think he's starting to find his way. He's starting to.
Oh, and did I mention it was without Porzingis? Without
healthy. Was that a healthy scratch? Was that a healthy scratch or?
No, I think he hurt.
Nope. Shocking. What a shock.
See, we were just sitting here the last show. Me and Ray were just saying. I said if he stay healthy, Porzingis might change his ways, but
he's been playing well, but
hey, boss, what's the matter with him? He just can't get right.
He just can't get right, boss.
So I just wanted to drop that footnote in there. I'm with y'all. I'm optimistic that this will work out. Here's my question.
Put it like this: I ain't watching no more Brooklyn Nets game till Kyrie gets back. That's straight up. But I missed a good one. The Knicks and the Nets.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh,
that was ugly.
For the Nets. It was a good one.
Right, for the Nets.
Jock Vaughn got the job, got a dub.
Congratulations to him.
Yes, sir. Well deserved. I don't know why he's being skipped over.
Good job. I
don't know why he got skipped. I don't know why he was getting skipped over.
Ime Udoka was out there. That's why. The same reason Baker Mayfield got skipped over, because Deshaun Watson became available.
Well, I'll tell you guys this. The players definitely wanted Udoka. They loved the fact that he was really good in the film room, and also he held them accountable. Like he didn't have a problem getting in your face and telling you about yourself. So
I don't think Jock Vaughn I don't think Jock Vaughn is a bad head coach, because Jock Vaughn wasn't he the same coach that has had D'Lo, LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and all them.
That was the Kenny Atkinson.
Oh, okay, Kenny Atkinson. Okay.
Hey, when you got to look a man in the face that'll hit the owner's wife, that's a man you know is dedicated. That is a man that has put in the time He's
What's wrong with this dude, man?
straight in the film room.
First of all, I'm mad that he cut his cam off to say that.
I had to go get my charger.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So hold on. So you gotta get a man some respect because he hit the owner's wife
and a subordinate, and he was with Nia Long. And I heard there's other women. Now they didn't kill the story, which I'm okay with, even though they're trying to kill his career. But you gotta be in awe of him. If a man like that say something,
you are wild.
You know it's true. Because if he was able to do that, he ain't gonna lie to me about this.
Dog, no.
How you correlate those two is amazing.
That's a bad man.
Oh my god.
He would. You mean you was with her, our idol, and you was doing that?
Yo, can you imagine?
And you took your team to the finals in your first year?
Right, his level of focus is unmatched.
Yo,
he got there in
that man,
year,
he is taking Adderall. He is taking Adderall and Viagra. I don't care what nobody say. Because ain't no way that you can stay focused like that, boy. Because golly, yo. Hey. Hey. You know what, Ray? You made a point, man. You made a point.
Jalen made a point about we only know Ime's name and not the chick. And they got killed him for it, and then he backpedaled.
But did she lose her job? The chick that he
not that I know of.
I don't think anything. She's a.
I don't think nothing.
To her. She's a subordinate. Like you can't retaliate and fire her.
Oh, because I thought I saw something. Man, I could be mistaken. I could have sworn I saw.
Where my issue comes in is this is media and journalism. I saw the video of Takeoff murdered within hours. Nobody's gonna release this woman's name. Not a single outlet.
It's paid off. It's paid off. What are you talking about? That stuff paid off.
Bruh,
they told her because they don't.
They don't want all of the other skeletons to come out.
Bingo. They don't want. They don't want
about the Boston Celtics. I'm talking about the journalists.
Hey Ray, do you want this lady on? Do you want this lady on Oprah?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Because you know, if she get on Oprah and get the Gail said, oh man, people was crying.
Consensual. I heard consensual. And I've heard a whole bunch of people say that was commonplace in a bunch of organizations. So please talk.
Tell me more. That's the point. That's the point. They don't want the females to look like that. This is the way they can get up in those type of places. You know what I mean? So
y'all keep talking about everybody except the journalist. That is the journalist's job.
No. My point is
they pay them off too.
That's all. But I'm saying HR will have you sign those NDA non-disclosure agreements. That's the hush. That's the hush. That's the hush money.
But TMZ in business for a reason.
They are.
There are a bunch of people that know her name, but nobody want to find
out about the man.
You know why? Because now her identity got changed.
Washington, they don't. When it comes to the women,
and that's what we about to get to. Go ahead.
Her identity got changed. She moved to Dubai because she got a boatload of money.
Nah, she was you know what I mean? I think she was married too. She can't just pick up and leave.
She took her family. She took everybody. She got paid. They paid her off.
Hey, they did her like good fellas. They put her in the witness protection.
Yeah, they said, go ahead. They said, look, we don't want you to come out with your story. We don't want you to be relevant.
You're not taking none.
You want to know what's crazy? Is because there was this other guy that went through a very similar situation. It wasn't sexual. It wasn't infidelity. It was sexual assault, but they couldn't stop women from coming out and talking. A year and change later, women just kept popping up.
You notice.
And they kept sticking cameras in all their faces.
Notice the commonality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
Udoka didn't take them. Look, Udoka didn't get no massage.
No, it was consensual. So all the more reason why I should know who she is. If it was consensual, that was almost like your side chick.
But see,
if they got
there, if she got her money, there's no reason for her to talk. all of these chicks with
I'm
Watson,
not
they didn't get
saying
their money.
Udoka.
But-
I'm not saying her.
but I'm
I'm
saying
saying all Matt Barnes who called and said, "Oh, I found out some more information, and I apologize."
He got paid too. Everybody got paid, man. Everybody that spoke so fast.
Anytime you want to add anyone,
this real bad.
all you
If
gotta
they
do is
paying
follow
this
the
many
money.
people, if they paying
Follow
this
the
many people to
money.
stay this quiet, something bad happened.
Follow the money. Okay, so
I
listen,
don't have the resources to figure it out, but man.
So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I'm not gonna put any names in. I'm not gonna put the guy out there. So I'll just say one of Rod's ex-teammates, one time they were sitting there trying to figure out and literally added up how much money he was paying girls to keep them quiet. And let's just say it was in the 7 figures.
Yeah. And that was
So hold on, is this monthly installment or this is just like one lump sum?
When he was figuring out how much money he was paying for girls to keep quiet, it was 6 or 7 figures. And this was, like you said, this is back in the 90s.
That's nuts.
Man.
I mean, Magic said at one point it was 8 women had to keep him happy. He definitely got Steph beat there. I didn't see the picture. We don't talk about that side of Magic. We just forgot he got HIV.
Oh man, you just going to throw Cookie underneath the bus and all that.
Hey, Cookie made a business decision. She a smart woman.
Magic is
business
decision. You on site if he ever sees you. On site.
My man Magic gonna be loaded for a break, boy. You better not go to no Magic theaters, no Magic Johnson theaters.
No Starbucks, nothing.
Nothing.
I don't go to Starbucks.
I'm with you on that one. I don't support Starbucks either.
But guess who do? Magic. We'll move on. We'll move on. So my question for y'all, I had something else, but I lost it. Does Kyrie play again? Does Brooklyn let him come back?
Yeah.
Brooklyn,
I don't know if
Brooklyn don't let him play, and they cut him. Whoo!
No, I'm not sure if he plays for Brooklyn again, but he's definitely playing again.
So he would sit out this year, and you think somebody gonna sign him?
No. I think they'll work out a buyout. They'll work out a buyout for the rest of this season. And you think
Brooklyn is willing to do that without guarantees? Nobody else is going to pick them up.
Yeah, I think they want to cut their loss.
Guaranteed.
Well, about Brooklyn, who knows? Because depends on the day of week what they decide to do. Because they have no plan.
Hey,
they just move by the seat of their pants.
He can come here. We'll take him. Because
we ain't
really got a point guard.
There'll be a line of teams. I don't care what these people say out here talking about, and Mike Wilbon talking about he's toxic. Man, get up, miss me with that.
Like, do you know the players? Like Mike Wilbon, you've been in locker rooms long enough. Would it that be the part that'd be so frustrating? Like y'all know,
man. Just jumping out the window.
You was in Chicago when Mike was around.
Jumping out the window.
And now
when people say. When people be like, "Oh, that's toxic," he's toxic, or that's toxic. You know what I be sitting here wondering? Ain't some of these chemicals that we use to clean clothes or anything and that stuff, ain't that toxic? You know what I mean? You can't. You're not supposed to bodily and harm that, ingest that, or anything in that nature. So when people say that he's toxic, I'm looking like, well. It might be some good toxic because there's some toxic out here that supposed to get the job done, does what it's supposed to do. So,
Suggs throwing shots too. You see, you rubbing off on people, right?
I won't lie to y'all.
Throw the shots for Suggs out there.
Yeah, give him some Suggs.
Yeah. My Milwaukee pick is looking real good right now, just so it's clear. But man, I would love to see Kyrie win a title this year. If they can somehow put it together and this team can come together and figure it out,
listen,
man, that would be.
This what we know is that
them would
Kyrie,
be the
worst never a question about
Kyrie.
Ever. Yeah, it's never a question about Kyrie on the court. And all I'm gonna say is this: it's like once he gets back, God bless whoever has to guard him because you're gonna be in for a long night.
I'm with it. Again, I'm rooting. I picked Brooklyn Lions to go to playoffs. I got Milwaukee and Golden State, but man, I would love to see that, to him be on that stage. And oh God, even better, have Adam Silver have to hand him the trophy. Like,
Oh man.
Oh, Adam Silver ain't handling it. He gonna be sick. he gonna be sick that game.
Now he get Tatum, the vice, the what do you call it, the deputy commissioner.
Yeah, some BS.
Guy that does the second round of the draft.
Mm-hmm. So that does bring us to the other legal situation. We had an attorney general today, for those of you who don't know. From what I've gathered, because it came out kind of late and I haven't got a chance to read deeply into it, so if anyone has more knowledge, please share. Basically, because of the way they handled the investigation, the attorney general has basically said, y'all wasted all of our times and you didn't do the city who helps pay the stadium because you didn't do a real investigation. So you like cheated them. So he's suing Daniel Snyder, the team, Roger Goodell, and the NFL. And I think this
what happened?
My man going out guns blazing.
Because they're all complicit. They saw the emails, they chose not to release them. And then they didn't really dole out no real punishment because it's come to find out Daniel Snyder never stopped running the team. So I will try to find it quickly, but basically he said it's up. And I'm coming for everybody. I don't know. And I really think, I don't even think this is about money. I think the way in which Daniel Snyder has carried himself when he had to come before Congress and he wouldn't go, and he's just been a dick about it. I think they said, you gonna mess around and find out. And so now they're looking at him for financial improprieties. They're looking at everything. They combing through it all. And I think the real point of this is the NFL know they don't want them documents released. And if they subpoena them and they got to produce them documents going to start leaking. And
John
leaking like how that Jordan Poole video did.
Hey, John Gruden sitting back with his popcorn line.
He's like, y'all thought I was the only one?
Flores gonna be sitting there. It's gonna be some guys that's sitting and watching. So I really think that's
Flores definitely gonna be watching. You got that right.
I really think that's what this is about.
I'm glad we brung his name up
just to get information. We saw what happened when you got more information. Crypto died when the real came out. Twitter's been dying. Like when skeletons start getting revealed, like it gets real scary, and it's a lot of old skeletons. So we will definitely see what comes of it. Hopefully it's a thorough investigation. It sounds like it will be. And hopefully they spend as much time as necessary. And for those that do wrong, you got to pay.
All right. So quick question. What if Daniel Snyder, let's throw Jerry Jones, what else is some more older?
If Jerry Jones had to sell Jerry Jones ain't selling the Cowboys.
Oh, we already know that. He gonna keep that in the family. That's gonna stay in the
at absolute worst. He will pass it down to
Stephen Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah,
but he ain't selling that team.
No, not a chance.
I'm not. No,
I don't care what email they find. I don't care what he said. He ain't selling that team.
Oh, Mr. Massage, Robert Kraft, sucks.
Yep.
Mr. Massage problem.
Because they said other players frequented there as well.
Robert Kraft, yeah, all of them. Robert Kraft think he think he's safe because he helped Meek Mill out. So he think he's safe for a little minute.
Yeah,
he's aligned himself well with the black community.
Yeah, so he kind of saved just a little bit, but
not to me.
I hope he wasn't the one that told Deshaun Watson about the massage parlor.
Oh man.
But that's the thing. Deshaun wasn't even going to the parlor. He was trying to do it in house. He was
finding but I'm talking about.
Actually, you know what? If I was Deshaun, I would sue Facebook. I would have never been sending messages to these Instagram models. Y'all wouldn't put them in my face every day, all day. I was helpless. I'm a young rich man.
Now
And you just kept showing them to me.
Algorithms?
Yeah, the algorithm's it's a broken algorithm. Y'all targeted me. Shoot, that's what I say. Meta got enough problems right now.
You'd have been going to jail, Ray, with that argument.
The jails would be overpopulated with people for that. That's the case.
They gonna be like, you know how long Temptation was around?
Right.
And you know we ain't talking about the singing group.
You know how long people been getting killed for it?
They have a case every day for that. For the algorithm. You kidding?
Then you gonna really be singing it with just my imagination running away with me.
Talk to him. Real quick, John, I do want to get to you. Kenny, can you answer this question since you Chip?
Oh my gosh.
What
is
question?
wrong with the Sixers? One, they got to get healthy.
Oh, I can tell you what's wrong with them.
Yeah. One, they got to get healthy. Two, there's some moving, some new pieces in there, but I can't really give that too much credence because the core of the team is pretty much the same from last year. And then, you added somebody like a PJ Brown, which was supposed to be that rough and rugged, tough guy, bring the mental toughness.
PJ Tucker.
Oh, yeah, PJ Tucker.
You went back in the 90s. You went back in the 90s.
He's stuck there. He's stuck there. I get it.
Best era ever, but I digress. Especially for music. But,
maybe for the Knicks, that's about it.
Yeah. R&B, no question, best era ever. But anyway, I hate to say it because I've been trying to defend Doc for a long time, and it's just not looking good. It might be time to go ahead, and I tweeted this. It might be time for the Sixers to go ahead and get a job to San Cassell, because I just don't think that. To be more. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
He's overdue for an opportunity to be a head coach. He should have been a head coach already, in my opinion. But yeah, I
got one before Steve Nash.
Right, don't get me started. So yeah, I just think it's just a bad mix between not maybe.
Are y'all watching this game? Marcus Mariota just did one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
No,
he's been doing it all game.
He was down, so I don't think it's going to count. But if they show this replay, I don't know if y'all watching, but if they show this was bad. This was Carson Wentz.
I'm watching it now. Oh shoot! Oh man,
what are you thinking?
Oh, that's gonna be oh yes, give me that pick six for fantasy. Come on,
nah,
man.
Oh, he was down at first. I was about to say he better have been down. He threw that from his back.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be on. Come on, man. He just locked in his spot. But come on, man.
Like, what is you doing, dog?
You're
literally throwing it while you on your back.
Yo, oh my goodness.
This might be worse than this might be worse than the butt fumble.
That is worse than the butt fumble. That is worse. It's common for you to run in the back of somebody. It's not common for you to throw no pass like that.
Oh, yeah. A no look pass from your behind. What came back? What they call the penalty?
Yeah, no, he was down. They'll show the replays a bunch of times.
Okay, got you. No,
but it was just a bad idea.
Man.
So OBJ, real quick, he is supposed to be cleared by the end of this week. Where does he go? Steph.
Honestly, I don't even know. I think the best fit, Dallas, kind of. Dallas needed a number one wide receiver because CD Lamb ain't living up the hype. He needs pressure taken off of him a little bit. On the for real, I think he need to go back to the Rams. They most definitely need some help down there. Cooper Kupp is getting banged up. Cooper Kupp look like he don't look like Cooper Kupp from last year. I think the league is finally caught up to him, and injuries is going to catch up to him.
They're force feeding them too.
That. So I think that will help OBJ out a little bit. Plus, he kind of already familiar with the the play calling down there anyway. So I think the Rams should try to give him a call, especially if he's trying to get back in this division. Cause Seattle and Geno Smith, woo, MVP Geno.
So, Dev, I have a follow-up to that. If that's the answer, how much you offering him?
Yeah, you gonna have to give him a little. You gonna have to give him a league minimum. He's coming back off an injury. He's coming in.
Because it's already going to be prorated because he's missing half the season.
Yeah, because so you missed half the season, so it's not.
If I have a market, I'm not taking league minimum, and he has a market.
And I don't think he's coming back to football this year. Then, if you're going to live by that ego, what you going to do? You got 7 games left. You know what I mean? Why would you try to go to a new situation and try to?
I just showed y'all when I was with a new team mid-season and came back healthy, we won a ring, and I was on pace to be MVP, and I'm back. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is give another rental, and God forbid something happen again.
Yeah, this probably going to be his last opportunity to get a good contract. So
how much of a football shape that you in? Because you might as well just wait till next. You might as well wait till the off season. Now, if you want to wait till your market, you might as well just wait till the off season and chuck this year up as a loss.
No,
he got to try to get some money. He ain't gonna just sit out the whole year.
I mean, I'm not about to just sit here healthy.
Yeah.
Not with the way, and especially not with the way I see the especially the NFC. If I can go to Tampa, because Julio's shot. Julio's done.
He's done. He's done. His hamstrings ain't letting him get out of bed no more.
I can go to Minnesota and get in that offense and what they doing. Like, I got options. I can.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be the main guy.
No, I'm going to either. I'm calling either Green Bay or the New England Patriots.
Green what?
They have Brett Favre.
They're not going to win.
But I'm saying,
boy, you're stuck in the 90s today, aren't we?
Neither team's going to the playoffs. Why would I go waste my time there?
Because I could put up numbers. And up my market value.
Mac Jones and that offense is not putting up numbers just because
you got to put up numbers with Aaron Rodgers, though.
You seen Aaron Rodgers play? You seen that offensive line?
So Aaron Rodgers can't throw anymore now? That's what I'm saying.
I've been saying he trash. I don't know where y'all been at. I've been saying he overrated.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Talking about this man can't throw the ball anymore?
I ain't going to say he overrated.
I just said he's not good.
I'm just saying he just showed me that he's just a regular season quarterback now.
Matter of fact, bring him to Washington. Taylor will get him the ball.
You just said Mac Jones is a questionable quarterback and then going to bring up
Taylor Heineke's better than Mac Jones. Don't do that.
That's not saying much.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying he's better. You're trying to compare him like I would bet Bill Belichick wish he had a Taylor Heineke right now. Real quick. Yeah, John, this has never been me. I did tell him to go home, but I thought that's because he was fighting. The marriage had a chance to be salvaged. By the time we heard about it, it seemed like that was over.
Jeremy Grant out here.
Man, nobody not worrying about no day.
And that's why I said that's where I would go if I was Odell. I just watched what happened when AB went there. I can be AB in that offense. Like, there's going to be opportunity because can't nobody stay healthy.
Yeah, and then that's
Tom Brady.
That's the thing. So if you see Mike Evans can't stay healthy, you see Julio can't stay healthy. Why would you want opportunity? Why would you want to go down there and you might not be healthy?
Right, that's like a sign. Like, it's not meant to be.
Julio is never healthy, so they throw him out. And Mike Evans is always nicked because of the way he plays. And then if I'm watching this game tonight and these two teams are in my division, sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
No, ain't nobody talking about that. No. There's only one of him.
No,
That's
you know what I
I don't
mean?
think we'll ever see anything like that again.
And the only thing that
season.
stopped Moss and Brady is them didn't complete that championship. You know what I mean? That's like the only thing that got in their way.
We ain't gonna do that. They don't do that because when 73-9 happened, it don't mean nothing.
And it was just as bad.
Yeah, it was just bad. You know what I mean? There's no point. There's no point in going 73-9 if you can't complete it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know that's why I said that's the only that team that combo was probably that was Tom Brady best wide receiver ever he had to throw it to ever. You know what I mean? And for them not to
with 6 and 7 Hall of Famers at a time his whole career.
I'm not going back there with you.
I bet he would have some crazy numbers because we saw the 1 year he had. When he had Randy, he started going nuts. Imagine if, he had that the whole time, like this other guy in this other sport. Like, just imagine. That's all. Just imagine. Before we get out, we gotta.
You was just like a little kid that just got to get his hit back. I swear.
Hey, when you lose, you keep on trying to find a way to win.
My man Ray is like the guy that's on the basketball court who didn't get picked up. He keep taking the ball home.
You keep repeating the same stuff, trying to hope that it's going to hit when you know it didn't hit.
Listen, I'm Lil Wayne in the mid 2000s. I'm so far ahead. I'm just talking stuff because I know you behind me. Like, this is comedy. Like,
when you win, you don't have to keep talking to justify your win.
But
you only got to do it when it's in question. There's no question.
But you can. That's the great part about being the winner. And if you don't like when winners talk, beat them.
Right, like in the comments, and everybody else that has talked on this subject. But go ahead. Keep believing what you want to believe, buddy. Keep believing what you want to believe.
The supporter you had shot himself in the foot.
Keep believing what you want to believe, buddy.
And he's a good guy.
Island. You're Tom Cruise on what is that? What's the name of that movie?
Mission Impossible.
The volleyball.
Oh, volleyball.
Volleyball. You got stranded on the island. That's you. All by yourself.
That's Castaway. They ain't Tom Cruise.
Castaway. I mean Tom Hanks. I'm bad with names.
See, they all look alike to you, I guess. I
didn't say that.
Anywho, did we do our picks?
That's what I'm about to say. We got to get to our
picks.
We got some boxing. We were supposed to get to because there's some big fights being made.
We could have got to it if you didn't keep on repeating yourself.
If you would have just been educated and took your medicine, we could have moved on. But now we're still stuck here because y'all stubborn and hard-headed. But it's cool. I respect it. OG standing tall. So picks. We just talked about Seattle and Tampa. Geno versus Brady. If you'd asked me this 10 weeks ago, I'd have laughed at you because there was no way this game would have been competitive in my mind. However, I sit here. Seattle has a better, and I think a much better record. I think they're 6-3 versus 4-5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I said it that night, but I didn't know they was gonna keep doing this. So the question is, who you got?
I take Seattle. I'm gonna go ahead and take MVP. I'm gonna see if what say no. I'm gonna go ahead. I believe I'm taking Seattle. Geno is my most definitely comeback player of the year.
No doubt.
Without a doubt.
I just want to ride that.
Saquon's not in the conversation.
He's in it, but I just think quarterbacks always get the benefit of
okay. I mean, I agree. I've killed Saquon historically, so when people do good, I give them their credit. But go ahead. You got
I'm taking Seattle
top 3, and you looked at me like I was crazy, but continue.
I gave him credit.
Anywho, fellas, calm down. Break it up. Anywho, Seattle, comeback player of the year and coach of the year, both on the same team.
Mm.
Kenny, who you
Yeah,
got?
yeah, I agree. And I owed, as much as I said I was right about that, I was wrong about Pete Carroll. I was calling for his job. I've been calling for his job the last 2 years. So I owe him an apology and give credit
Coach
to
of the
him.
year.
Yeah, he's really righted that ship. And he definitely got a case. You could make a case for him as well because
this
There's a lot of good coaches.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of good coaches.
Even
bad ones
Scholar,
too, Josh
Robert
McDaniels.
Scholar, you could make a case for him as well.
What about Philly? What about Philly coach?
Yeah, Soriano. Yeah, they undefeated. You gotta.
Yeah,
it's a
if you
few of
finish
them out there.
undefeated, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, it's a few of them. So, but no, yeah, I just don't think. I don't. Just the karma is just not there. The mojo, whatever you want to call it for the Bucks, it's just not there. So I'm going with the Seahawks as well.
I have a lot to say, but I'll go fast. Y'all just watch what happened last week, and y'all still choose to bet against Tom Brady at your own peril. Knock yourselves out. Tampa Bay for me. And I'm going to pick Tom Brady probably until he retires.
We know.
Minnesota, Buffalo. Got ourselves a doozy.
Is Josh Allen playing?
He's projected for 23 points on my fantasy team, so I hope so. Because I ain't got no backup.
Oof.
That's not
and that's the thing about it is they got him just going day to day. They haven't ruled him out or in. So
it's a 1 o'clock game. But he's projected to get 24.2 points. He is
They have him like questionable problem.
He was a non-participant at practice today.
That's not good. Yeah, Thursday.
Ulnar collateral ligament and related nerve damage.
Oof! Anytime you say nerve damage, that gives me pause. That's concerning.
That's like Tommy Johnish.
Yeah, anytime you say nerve damage, that's scary.
Good. That could be bad. Who's the backup? They don't got Tyrod no more. Who's number 2 there?
Is it Case Keenum?
Case Keenum.
Oh, they did. So they better go get
a few moments in Minnesota.
Yeah, and now he's not there no more for a good reason.
Just like Haney, he has a few good moments.
So Dev, you going who? Touchdown Falcons.
Oh man, I'm way behind.
Bills. I'm gonna take Bills. I'm thinking that Josh Allen is going to play. Plus I didn't already pick. Oh, good catch. I didn't already pick them on my picks anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it. Bills.
Okay. Kenny, who you got?
Man, I just wish I knew if Josh Allen.
I mean, I'll give you you can caveat. You can caveat it.
No, I'm saying I'm going Bills because I picked them. That's my Super Bowl pick, so I'm gonna stick with it.
We have had the 3rd extra point missed in this game again.
These kickers ain't gonna be flying home with the rest of the team.
No, you can go ahead and catch an Uber home, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of kickers, Caleb Sturgis, best kicker. Is that his name? What's the best kicker's name?
Cairo Santos.
Thank you. St. Joe alumni. If you're watching the show, we can show you some money at St. Joe's Academy. So feel free to go ahead to donate. With that alumni donation. Shameless plug.
I don't know who the shot was for, but whoever that shot was for.
Oh no, that wasn't a shot. This was a plea. We need some money for the basketball program. So we'll donate to your school, buddy.
I too am gonna go Buffalo. Obviously that's assuming Josh Allen's healthy. If not, I'm definitely going Vikings. I'm stuck. I picked both of them to win the divisions, so it doesn't really help me either way. I guess it helps me one way and hurts me the other. But I'm gonna go Buffalo. But I think Minnesota, they're up to something. I felt it, and
you know what though?
I just can't buy into the quarterback yet. I know he had.
I was going to say this is one of those games where Kirk Cousins starts.
Because they should have lost last week. I know we ain't really talk about it. Washington should have beat them. Taylor's going to throw you one. He's going to throw you one every game. He going to throw you one, and they capitalized at the highest level. I watched a pick six, 2 pick sixes the night get dropped. Taylor's didn't. He throws a very catchable ball apparently, even for the defense.
He said it, not me.
And then you get the stop. There's a field goal attempt to be made, and you get a chance where he has shown you he makes those in key moments. He's done that. And you go and jump on the center. Automatic first down. Like, bruh, game over. So they escaped, and you got to win there. And if you have a good year, you have to win those games. So credit to Minnesota for winning. But I'm just not sold really on either quarterback, because Josh Allen, quiet as he kept, has been inconsistent this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some bad games. Last game, he threw some interceptions.
Last game, them 2 interceptions, boy, was like,
and maybe that was an elbow injury that maybe it had already happened. Well, I don't know. But if that's the Josh Allen we getting with this injury, they're in trouble.
Yeah, and I think it's even more so an indictment on them that they didn't make a play for McCaffrey, because I think part of the reason why he's been so inconsistent is because he has to do so much for them. Offensively.
Run the ball.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis was out a lot of the year. And now he's back, but he's still getting acclimated. So they got some holes in their offense. Diggs is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And we gotta revisit that wide receiver conversation here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, most definitely.
There's been some movement on my list. There's been some movement.
Yeah, I could tell you one person I might have to shuffle is I gotta rethink Tyreek Hill. Remember, I had Tyreek Hill out.
I know. I was trying to tell you about him and Jamar Chase, and you was.
But hey,
but you know what though? Nobody, because we had questions. Everybody had questions about Tua. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get him the ball.
Listen, we are in agreement. There are also, I don't think anybody was mentioning DeAndre Hopkins in that conversation, if I remember correctly. And
no, I think we were.
We was fighting for D-Hop. It was just about
it was Kupp and Adams, and then we was talking Hill and Chase. So where was Hopkins in that?
I think one of somebody was. I know, because I know. Me and you had an argument about Diggs, because you was like Diggs.
Chase,
no,
you was down on Chase. Right?
I was down on Chase.
Yeah, and I wasn't with Chase. Because I said Chase had to. I said Chase had to prove
Hopkins in that conversation, because it was Adams and Kupp at the top, and then it was Jefferson.
It was a mixture of three. Yeah.
And I think Hill rounded off for y'all
and Chase.
And I had okay. Yeah, we wanted to revisit once the year is pretty much over with.
Yeah, for sure. Because they out there playing well, and Scary Terry better than CD for the record. But we gonna keep it moving.
Everywhere but the record.
Yes, as a receiver, it's kind of hard to
everywhere but the
impact that. But
who cares about wins and losses?
You do know we went to the playoffs last year. Terry went to, so winning, he was a part of that. That's why I got paid.
Okay.
Cleveland, Miami. Cleveland's been in every game. Basically, they've been in. I think they're one of the leading rushing offenses in the league. And there's Tyreek Hill. And quiet as it's kept, Jalen Waddle, I got him in fantasy. He's been balling. He ain't getting.
He's number 5 in the receiving yard.
Yeah, I actually got offered a trade for Stephon Diggs, and I turned it down. So, to your point, it wasn't. I thought it was a little one-sided, but after looking at the numbers, it's not as. It's a lot closer.
He's been playing well. Tua's been playing well. He about to get paid, and he better cut Tyreek a check, because Tyreek's gonna make that man a lot of money.
Got that right.
So yeah, Cleveland, Miami. Are we all going Miami or what is it?
I'm going Miami.
Mm-hmm. Browns just find a way to lose. How many weeks before Watson comes back?
I think week 11.
He come back week 11 next week.
Okay.
They'll have an adjustment period, but if
they
if
talking
he
about playing
if he can get up to speed in 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, all that money they paying him, he gonna get on
But
that field.
they already said it. They said they playing him regardless.
Of course.
It ain't like Jacoby Brissett's been knocking the ball out the park. Like,
nah, he failed. He failed his mission. He ain't even get his mission on board.
He did what we thought he would do.
Just a solid backup.
He'll make a couple throws here and there, but he's gonna make some throws here and there.
Solid backup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Dallas Green Bay is a primetime game, and that's gonna be ugly.
That's a 4:00 game. I thought.
That's I said primetime. I meant late game.
Yeah.
Like in the short window, so it's gonna have a lot of eyes.
Of course, it's a primetime game. It's America's team.
America even for 20 years at a time. Okay. Denver, Tennessee. Is Russ back yet? They traded Bradley Chubb, which kind of signals they're quitting. But when the Utah Jazz traded everybody, they turned into the best team in the NBA. So teams that apparently traded.
I can't explain that one.
Oh wow! Never mind. It's not. The Falcons were down 7 with a chance to go and tie it, but now it's 4th and 18. So I'm pretty sure they're going to lose. But
just can't get right, boss. Just can't get right.
Mariota's been pretty awful too. I mean, I never had much. I liked him out of college, but not as like a real quarterback. And he hasn't been good tonight.
I don't like him in the pros.
Yeah, no, he's like a, I think they say in baseball he's a quadruple A player. That's what Mariota is. It's not quite a starter. Oh, see, it's not quite a starter. Like
and you take a sack for 4th and 18.
Yeah, he's almost good enough, but just not good, not there.
Yeah, he ain't it. So we got Denver and Tennessee. I picked Tennessee to win the division. So I'm definitely going Tennessee. I like what they're doing. They keep figuring out ways to win. So I'm going to keep riding. Hey, I'm trying to look. I got Bills, Bengals, Titans, Raiders, Eagles, Vikes, Bucks, and Rams. I might win 6 out of the 8 divisions. We'll see. I got some work still to do, but I'm going Titans. Kenny, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Titans as well because I think that Denver's waved the white flag, which makes no sense.
Traded for Russ and gave him all that money and waving a white flag.
That makes no sense. I was just about to say it makes no sense to me. Why would you pay Russ and then trade your best defensive? Well, what could be if he's not your best, he's your top 2 or 3 defensive players. Like that makes no sense to me. So I
unless there's another trade coming this offseason.
Of who?
Of your quarterback.
Nathaniel Hackett losing his job.
After you just paid him, you're gonna trade him?
You cut bait. It ain't working.
I guess, but
man, look, Denver gonna look at Seattle and say it's a shame that when we trade for you, Geno and them start winning.
But to Denver's credit, it ain't like Drew Lock is lighting it up. They just
that's true.
Went and got the wrong guy.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm off Denver, so I'm going Tennessee as well.
Okay. And Dale, who you got?
If Denver don't believe in themselves, why should I? You know what I mean? I've been told y'all, I ain't with that let's ride. I got off the ride.
Go ahead, go. Hey, light the cannons, shoot the shots.
Yeah, he's shooting over there.
Yeah, I ain't no shame in my game. I ain't riding with you.
If they played football on the airplane, Russ would be real nice.
Oh, see.
Why? Ain't nobody gonna fly with him? He's like the worst airlines.
Oh man. Dang. The worst airline.
He's American Airlines right now.
Wow.
Yeah, they treated my man really I hope he sued him. He was real angry. So next game, Dallas, Green Bay. I'm gonna try and run through these. I got Dallas. I don't think it'll be close. I never was a believer in Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully, this is the last season I got to deal with Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully, he does not go get on TV. Go get a podcast or something I can ignore because I want to hear nothing from him. But I got Dallas.
Did Aaron Rodgers steal food out your kitchen cabinet or something?
I just think he's a terrible human being.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, we can full circle the way they covered him in the vaccine and the way he handled that versus how they treated Kyrie.
Oh yeah,
I got no love lost to Aaron Rodgers in any capacity.
You and you're right.
I think we all choosing Cowboys. Ain't nobody choosing.
We know what Kenny going.
No brainer.
I'm not choosing the Packers. They owe me money.
No brainer.
We got another division game.
Perfect time.
A really important division game. Arizona, Los Angeles Rams. Arizona seems to be getting it going. Los Angeles tried to trade the running back, couldn't trade him. Then they had to play him. That was just awkward. Team's not healthy. I'm going to love to watch, hopefully, the D-Hop Ramsey matchup. Hopefully, he travels with him. Yeah. I know he was playing zone. I forget who they played last week, but he was playing more zone. He didn't match up as much. I forget.
They were playing the Bucks.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. So hopefully they change the defensive strategy there.
Better.
But I'm going Arizona. I wish Jay was supposed to be here. Jay. Jay.
Don't worry, Jay. I held it down. I took him out for you. Don't worry about it.
Jay should have gave you an inhaler or something. He was dying out there on me. Chargers. No, that's not. It's the West Coast. Not. Chargers 49ers. I got Chargers in the AFC Championship game, so I need them to really get it going. So I'm going Chargers. Who y'all got?
Niners.
Yeah, I'm Niners as well. I think McCaffrey they're going to start figuring that out. Well, I think they already are to a degree.
I think they already figured it out.
Yeah, going.
Yeah, so and Mike Williams.
When they let Jeff Wilson, we went to Miami. Jeff Wilson looked good in Miami last week. That was nice.
Mike Williams still is out for the Chargers, and I think that's kind of impacted their offense.
I think Keenan's still out too.
Both of them?
Nah, Keenan is back. I think
Keenan back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Williams is the one that's still out.
But they got I picked up what's his name? Josh Porter or something. Not Josh Reynolds. It's another guy, but they got a guy. He's all right. His backup. So I'm gonna stick with him. Oh no, I lied. Chargers without receivers. Keenan. Oh, that was versus the Falcons. So that's old. So if the receivers aren't there, I'm definitely going San Fran, but I'm assuming the receivers are going to play. And
just Mike is going to play.
Huh?
Mike Williams not playing. No, that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What does he have going on?
He have high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm gonna rock with them. They need to figure it out, keep pace. So I'm going Chargers. And then
what is wrong with Baker Mayfield headbutting dudes with helmets without a helmet on?
I didn't see it. Who did he headbutt?
They're congratulating each other, and he's headbutting these guys with his baseball hat on.
Oh,
said brim on brim.
It's been tough for him. He might be a little, out of it. So whatever. I'm gonna do it
butting people with their they got helmets on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What are you doing?
And he caught this last dude with a nice shot too.
We'll do the last one just for giggles. I have a brain, which is bigger than my heart, so I'm going Eagles over Commanders. Hopefully they do well, but I think we know what type of time it is. So I think we're all good there.
Nothing to talk about here. The winning streak continues.
Yeah. But before we go and we way over time, Eagles go undefeated regular season?
No.
Kenny says Dallas is going to beat them, but okay.
No, they take their foot off. Even before that, they're going to take their foot off. Or they're going to have a bad week.
Look, they aren't the Texans.
As the
Texans
one
almost
you're the only team that gets the bye, so you might can afford to push it a little bit more if you're the only team with the bye, but we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, they'll have a week where everything, what can go wrong will go wrong. So they're due for one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all. Kenny, thanks again for your, I guess we'll call it insight. Dev, we appreciate your hype.
One more for the road, huh?
I just, check me out on MTMO Productions. We're gonna have another. We're gonna have another debate fight. We're gonna have a rematch of my guys Kenny and Bray. The next one is gonna be unbelievable. We're gonna have a bigger arena. We're gonna have bigger crowds. We're gonna have bigger everything.
Listen, people, just do the research.
All work is easy work.
That's
too
all I say.
To fight, too thin to win.
Rematch coming soon.
That's all I say. Y'all have a good one. Stay up. Stay blessed. Take care.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.